Hi, my name is Jobi and I'm a certified Florida teacher. Today, we will be working on the FTCE 060 Elementary Education K-6 exam, specifically the mathematics subtest. Let's go ahead and get started. Problem number 1. Which step should be done first to simplify the expression? 10x plus 5x times 2 minus 4x divided by 2 plus 6. A, 10x plus 5x. B, 5x times 2. C, 4x divided by 2. Or D, 6 plus 10x. In order for us to know how to be able to simplify this expression, we have to remember our order of operations. What is our order of operations? It's the way that we know how to complete certain operations when we do math. So the way that we remember that is through an acronym called PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. P is for parentheses, E is for exponent, M is for multiplication, D is for division, A is for addition, and S is for subtraction. PEMDAS. And so we go in the order of those operations in order to simplify expressions. So our first order of business is to see, do we have any parentheses? And when we look, there are no parentheses. So we're not worried about that. Now, do we have any exponents? When we look, we don't have any exponents. Do we have any multiplication? Well, we have 5x times 2. So we do have multiplication in this expression. So do we have any of our answer choices that have 5x times 2? We do, and that answer choice is B. So B is our answer. Working with 5x times 2 is the first step in simplifying this expression. Problem number 2. Which equation illustrates the associative property of multiplication? The associative property of multiplication states that when 3 or more numbers are multiplied, the product is the same regardless of how the numbers are grouped. So because we're dealing with the associative property of multiplication, let's go ahead and make sure that all of our answer choices have only multiplication in them. Option A, all multiplication. Option B, all multiplication. Option C, I see some addition in there. It says A plus B, so we know it's not C. Option D also has some addition in there, so we know it's not option D. So we're left now with options A and B. Let's go ahead and see what our answer is going to be. Option A has A and B grouped together on the left side of the equation, and then it has A and B grouped together again on the right side of the equation. This doesn't show how grouping is different on opposite sides of the equation. We're essentially grouping A and B on the left and on the right. That doesn't really show us the associative property of multiplication. Now, when we look at option B, we see that A and B are grouped together on the left side, but then B and C are grouped together on the right side. So that means that that is our answer. So our answer choice is option B. Problem number 3. A group of students completes 1/4 of a project in 8 hours. If they continue working at the same rate, how many hours will it take them to complete the entire project? A, 12 hours, B, 20 hours, C, 24 hours, and D, 32 hours. Now, if 1/4 of the project took 8 hours, that's only 1/4. We still have 3/4 of that project left. So for every 1/4 that we have to add, we also have to add 8 hours as well. So at 1/4, we're at 8 hours. At 2/4 or half of the project, we are at 8 plus 8, 16 hours. At 3/4 of the project, we are at 8 plus 8 plus 8, 24 hours. And at 4/4 of the project, we add another 8 hours, and that gives us 32 hours. So our answer choice is D. Problem number 4. So proud of you. This is our last problem. Let's get into it. A teacher wants to build a scale model of the Earth and Mars to compare their sizes. The Earth has a diameter of approximately 8,000 miles and Mars has a diameter of approximately 4,200 miles. If the teacher builds a model of Earth with a diameter of 20 inches, what should the diameter of her model of Mars be? A, 10.5 inches, B, 12 inches, C, 15 inches, and D, 21 inches. First of all, let's list all of our information. The diameter of Earth is 8,000 miles and the diameter of Mars is 4,200 miles. So in order to solve this problem, what we need is a scale factor. A scale factor basically lets us see the relationship between the size of the model of our planets and the actual size of our planets. How do we get that scale factor? We simply divide the actual size of Earth by the actual size of Mars. And when we do that, we will end up with 1.9048. And that is our scale factor. Now that we have our scale factor, we are going to set up something called a proportion. The reason why we're doing a proportion is because we are trying to figure out how big the diameter of Mars's model should be. Since we don't know what the diameter of that model should be, we're going to use a variable to represent it. And so in this situation, I chose to use X. So now that I have my proportion set up, now we are going to cross multiply. So 1.9048 times X is going to be 1.9048X, 20 times 1, and that is going to give us 20. Now we need to isolate X because we're trying to figure out what that is. Remember, X represents the diameter of Mars's model. When we isolate X, we find that X, or the diameter of the model of Mars, is equal to 10.4821. Now, if we round that, it's about 10.5. Answer choice A has 10.5 inches, and that is our answer. I hope this video was super helpful for you. I am so glad you made it through to the end. And I promise you we have tons more videos here on study.com that will absolutely help you prepare for your FTCE exam. Have a good day. Bye.